you've watched my channel before, you know how big of a Mopar fanboy I am. It's all about Mopar with me. Pretty closed-minded when it comes to that. I don't have any interest in anything other than Mopar stuff. And I take pride in that. When I see other channels spreading misinformation about Mopar products, it kind of gets under my skin quite a bit. So I don't intend on my channel being a reaction channel. I don't intend on it being ripping apart other people's videos that are spreading misinformation. But you know, my last video and this video, I've really felt like that they had to be done. This guy Caden, FullSendSRT, I actually enjoyed his channel up to a certain point, and now I'm starting to wonder if he's intentionally spreading this misinformation or he just doesn't research the stuff that he's talking about. Now, I did a video where he talked about the Ram TRX was a failure and why he felt like it was a failure, and I dissected that video and I tore it apart and I countered every one of his points. Now he's released a video where he's trying to say that SRT 392s and Hellcat vehicles are gone for 2022, okay? With no evidence to support his points whatsoever. So piece by piece, I'm going to do the same thing with this video. I'm going to break down what he said and I'm going to tear it apart because I don't feel like I have a choice. We're going to go over his bits piece by piece and we're going to tear it apart, okay?
So as you may know, Dodge or Jeep Stellantis has not announced anything major for 2022 when it comes to the SRT and Hellcat brand, guys. And this is for a reason. So
now, that's true. Dodge and Stellantis hasn't announced anything for 2022. But there's a reason behind that. And I've told him this reason, and he ignores this information. Until the end of July, Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Stellantis, whatever you want to call them, they're still producing, they're still building 2021 models. Why would they announce stuff that they're about to start doing for 2022 when they're still producing the 2021 models? That's shooting yourself in the foot. You don't want to release information about the next generation model before you're done producing the last generation model. When they're done producing the 2021 models, they'll announce the 2022 models, just like they did last year. Production on 2020 models ended in July, and by August they were announcing the Ram TRX, they were announcing the Hellcat Durango. They made their announcements in August. It's a schedule. They're not going to announce 2022 before they're done with 2021. It's just fact. That's just how it goes. They're not going to release that information before they're done producing 2021 models. It makes no sense. Why would they say, hey, we know we're producing these 2021 models, but let's tell you what we have going on for 2022. That would be shooting themselves in the foot, because then people would stop buying the 2021s that they're still producing. It's common sense.
it's going to be the luxury tax coming in 2022 for Canada and some states in the USA. Now here in Canada, all vehicles over $100,000 are going to be taxed at a 20% basis. So
now he keeps harping on this luxury tax, and now he's including the United States in it. The United States has not enacted any luxury tax on vehicles over $100,000. It just hasn't happened. I don't know where he's getting this information from, but I did some research after he said it in his other video. Yes, Canada is implementing a luxury tax beginning in January of 2022, but it's not 20% like he's talking about. He's saying that they're going to add a 20% luxury tax for the vehicle that's $100,000 or more. That's not actually how it goes, okay? It's either 10% of the total sale price of the vehicle or 20% of the amount that exceeds $100,000. For example, if the car was $120,000, they would tax it at 20% of the $20,000 that goes over 100. So what's that, $4,000? That's a $4,000 luxury tax. Here in the US, there's a gas guzzler tax of almost $2,000 on these cars. That's not much different in Canada if they're charging a luxury tax. They're not going to stop building cars because of a luxury tax. They're going to build the cars, and if you want to buy them, you'll buy them. If you don't buy them, someone else will. They haven't had a problem selling these cars to this point, and a luxury tax that doesn't change a whole lot for these price-pointed cars, it's just not going to matter much. In addition, these cars aren't over $100,000 to begin with. they're only as expensive as they are right now because of the chip shortages, supply and demand. Resellers are buying these cars and reselling them upwards of 100, 110, 120, 130, or unscrupulous dealers that are marking them up. There's not going to be a 20% or 10% luxury tax on cars that generally sell for between $65,000 and $80,000.
Quick. Now, reason number 2, emission regulations. Now, this vehicle is so bad on gas that the Trackhawk gets about 8 to 9 miles per gallon, which is unbelievably bad. And you know how strict the liberals are, guys. You know.
Okay, so emission regulations do affect the Trackhawk for the same reason that the Hellcat Durango was a 1-year model. However, that has not crossed over to the Ram TRX, the Charger, or the Challenger yet. There are no laws on the books currently with emission regulations that prevent Dodge from producing Hellcat vehicles. 2022 is not the year for that. Until emissions regulations come into play where we will know well in advance that Hellcat cars cannot be built anymore with the current 707 plus horsepower engines, that's not the case in the United States. Emission standards have not prevented Dodge from building Hellcat Chargers, Hellcat Challengers, and the Ram TRX. They built the Hellcat Durango as a 1-year model because of emission regulations, and they scrapped the Trackhawk for it. That doesn't mean that all those regulations are applied to different class of vehicles. And I've explained this to him, and he just doesn't listen to that.
You know, in California, you can't even mod your exhaust. If you guys are from California, let me know down below how it is over there and how you guys are making out.
Okay, so I actually don't live in California. I live on the East Coast, but I did do some research on this specific point. It is not illegal to mod your exhaust in California. What it is illegal to do is to mod your exhaust to where your exhaust is louder than 95 decibels, okay? But if you want to mod your exhaust, you can mod your exhaust as long as it doesn't exceed 95 decibels.
It's really getting ridiculous at this point. And have you seen gas prices, guys? To fill up a Trackhawk in 2022 is going to be like $200 a fill. So
now he's speculating on what gas prices are going to be next year. Okay, gas prices have held fairly steady for the last several months. It's not going to cost $200 to fill a Trackhawk. I can fill my Charger Hellcat for $65. I can fill my I filled my Hellcat Durango for $75. I can fill the SRT Durango for $75. The T-Rex was about $120. It's not $200 to fill a Trackhawk.
Dodge has announced that in 2024 they are building the first electric muscle car ever built. Full electric, guys. So that tells us in 2024, we're definitely not going to be seeing 6.2s or 6.4s. If they're going to go full electric, they'll maybe have an inline 6 twin turbo for the Hellcat or SRT models, if there's even a Hellcat or SRT model. Okay,
so where are you getting this information? Just because Dodge has announced that they're building an electric muscle car does not mean they're disbanding the rest of the lineup. Dodge has already specifically announced that there will still be the traditional Charger and Challenger being built in addition and beside the electric muscle car. They did not say that they're replacing the lineup with the electric muscle car. It's an additional car in their lineup. They specifically said they're not going all electric until at least 2030. That leaves us with 9 years. Where do you get this information? It's
I really think they're just gonna go away from everything SRT, everything Hellcat, and they do not care about SRTs or Hellcats. They just want to cater to the new order of having electric vehicles.
So now you work for Stellantis, you're in the boardroom, and you know for a fact what Stellantis cares about. I'll tell you what Stellantis does care about without a shadow of doubt, and that's money. Do you really think they're going to buy a company and then do away with everything that makes that company money? The SRT brand, the Charger, the Challenger, 392s, Scat Packs, Hellcats, that brings in billions a year for Stellantis. Do you really think they're going to buy the company and then neuter it? They're not going away from SRT anything. This brand's been around since, what, the 70s? You think they're just going to discontinue it now? Even if they went all electric in 2030, they're still going to use those brands. What difference is what difference does it make if it's internal combustion or electric? Car go fast, car gets SRT brand. It's that simple.
Yeah, because as you know, Stellantis is an Italian brand, and
Stellantis is a Dutch company. They're not Italian. FCA is an Italian company. They were bought by Stellantis. Stellantis is based in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. It's Dutch. Do the research.
But you can't make you can't make a muscle car a V6 or inline 6, guys. It's just ridiculous.
You can't make a V6 muscle car, okay? Well, not that I would say that they're even going to make a V6 muscle car, but the Ford GT is a supercar, and it has a V6.
A viewer of mine was saying on my last video, a big reason why we are not going to see 6.4s and 6.2s into 2022 is because what the SR community has done with the Hellcats and Trackhawks has turned them into crime mobiles. I hate to say it, guys, but people are getting robbed for their SRTs, the 392s. And
okay, so yeah, there is a problem with Chargers and Challengers getting stolen, people getting carjacked for them getting robbed. That's a problem, but that's a problem every year with whatever the hot new car is. Dodge isn't going to stop making them because people like to steal them. That makes no sense. That's like saying Apple's going to stop making iPhones because people like to steal them. People get robbed for iPhones. iPhones get stolen every day. People are breaking into Verizon and AT&T stores to steal iPhones. That happens all the time. Apple's not like, hey, we need to stop making these things because people are stealing them. This justification makes no sense.
And you see all these videos of Hellcats escaping police and people robbing Dodge dealerships and stealing their Hellcats and SRTs. And Stellantis does not want this brand image of thugs stealing these vehicles, doing burnouts all over the streets, getting around. I know it's the majority of people buying SRTs love to do their burnouts and mod them and make them loud, go fast, obviously, because you're giving us a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 with over 700 horsepower for under 70 or 80 grand. So that makes it attainable for a lot of people, but the people that can't attain it.
Have you seen Dodge's commercials doing burnouts on the street? Have you watched the Dodge commercial lately? Give me a break. Dude, you got to do your research. Stop making these videos, speaking this stuff and as if it's fact. Dodge is worried about their image, so they're not going to make these cars. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to go out of business? They're making performance muscle cars. There's always going to be people who want to mess it up for everybody else. That doesn't mean Dodge is just going to stop making them. So I wasn't going to make this video. I was just going to comment on his video, and he hid my comments from his viewers. I can see the comment on my page, but if I log in from one of my other YouTube accounts, the comments are hidden. In addition to, he commented on the comment and then deleted it, but I have the email showing what he actually said, and I quote, "You have no idea if there's going to be a 2022 SRT or Hellcat, buddy. It's just speculation." No, speculation is what you're doing. You're trying to put this stuff out into the ether as if it's truth. I'm basing what I'm saying on what they've announced already and what their history is and what they're going to do going forward. In a few short weeks, production is going to be done on 2021, and you're going to start to see announcements. And come wintertime, you're going to see those 2022 SRTs, 392s, and Hellcats that you swore weren't going to be here. And this video is not going to mean much because you're still going to you're going to churn out the same regurgitated information as if it's fact, and you're going to do it in more and more videos as you've been doing for the past couple of weeks. I'm not going to counter every video that he makes and do these videos over and over again. I have my own content that I want to create, but this stuff got under my skin pretty bad. It got under my skin pretty bad. I don't like when someone who calls themselves a Mopar enthusiast makes videos just to spread misinformation to other Mopar enthusiasts. It makes no sense, and I had to do something about it. This is likely going to be the last video on this particular YouTuber. I don't want to keep going in circles, and I have other videos to produce. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and go check out Caden's channel. It's not all bad. I like a lot of his videos. The guy's enthusiastic about what he likes. He's a big Trackhawk fanboy, which makes it even more curious as to why he trashed the Ram TRX and other stuff that he talks about. Makes no sense to trash Mopar products if you're a Mopar fanboy. So Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified for all the videos. I appreciate you guys watching, and y'all take it easy.